Okay, I'm sitting here with Danny at the Burger King. But Danny, we already had a friend. That's Danny, and this is Juan.
Juan, hello.
I'm going to tell a little bit. I'll talk a little bit, and then I'll have Juan say something. We had a friend of Danny that came in. His name was Jack. He's a cab driver. Very interesting man.
He was an artist, a commercial artist.
I could have done the video with Jack, but I was waiting because I don't want to do too many. Yes, we're going to do a few minutes. It's only going to be a few minutes. And then whenever a friend comes into Burger King, sometimes Danny will say, oh, hopefully this one will come over, and hopefully that one will.
I was telling him
so,
interesting people that come in.
yeah, and Danny tells me, this is Juan. He's from Mexico. I said, well, I just went into Mexico 6 months ago. You saw when I walked into Nueva Loretta. I said, he will be familiar with my area of Corpus Christi. So I just said Juan, and I talked to him a little bit. Juan, what part of Mexico are you from, Juan?
I'm from Zacatecas. It's close to Monterrey, and I just moved to this country, let's say, around 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you wind up, because our part of the country, for my New Jersey friends, where I live in Texas, Mexico is, I'm more neighbors with Mexico than I am with up here because it's very close, 100 miles from where I live, different border towns. You either go into Laredo or you go in through down by Brownsville, but it's all like neighborhood. It's interesting, Juan, how did you wind up, most of the friends that have come over, I've known people that have come over that, are not even citizens and they come on the card and all. But most of them wind up in my area. How'd you come all the way up?
Here?
Yes.
It's a crazy story because my mom used to live in Patterson, New Jersey for many years. Then when she retired, she went back to Mexico. And basically, that's how I ended up here in Jersey.
Okay.
New Jersey.
Okay. A lot of people don't realize, there's a lot of immigrants in this area since I've been coming back over the years. Most of them are not Mexico or Mexican.
No.
Most are South Central America, Guatemalan, different. And so it was interesting that Juan, came in a Burger King, and he's from Mexico. I said, oh, in Texas, where I live, in Corpus Christi, it's very common to see somebody walk in.
Texas, Chicago, Los Angeles, a lot of Mexicans. But around here, I think I'm not the only one, but
it's rare.
There's a few.
Correct. And you're going to school, Juan?
Yeah, I'm attending to ESL classes. I just graduated from ESL, so supposedly I'm ready for regular college classes. And I went to the law school in my country. I used to be a judge over there. And I just hope things get better for me in this country. I'm not pretty sure if Donald Trump wins, I'll be kicked out of this country. But hopefully, I'm just joking.
Juan, are you living in North Bergen area?
Cliffside Park.
Cliffside Park.
Bergen County.
Bergen County. Well, I'm from this area, which is Hudson County. It's very expensive. One thing that I've told my friends over the year, see, in Corpus Christi, where I live, I have a nice house in Corpus Christi. The house I have in Corpus Christi, it's 4-bedroom house. Maybe it's worth $130,000, but here it would be at least double to try to buy or
real
rent.
estate is very high because in New York is so close.
Correct, and so it's difficult. It's difficult if somebody's going to try to make it here in this part of the country. It's much more expensive to live, either to rent. When I was thinking of coming this way a few years ago, I checked into rents, and it's at least double from what I would be.
Sometimes triple.
Yes, correct. And one of my friends, Rick, who you saw in the video the other day, he used to tell me, John, go to the laundromats. This was a few years ago when I was going to move back here. And he said, go to the laundromats and just look at people that rent rooms. He said, the way you can rent up here on a cheaper place is you just rent a room from somebody who owns a house. And so that shows you it's difficult. So you're going to, how old are you now, Juan, if you don't mind?
I'm going to turn 33 on February 6th.
Okay.
He looks like he's 22, 28.
I wish. I wish.
And so, and the field you're going to hopefully have the career in?
I want to do a master's degree because I can go directly into a master's degree, or I can go to the law school, and because of that, the previous degree that I already have from my country, I will do maybe 2 years of law school to be an attorney here in this country. So I'm not sure what I want.
Okay. And so that's the lead.
But for now, trying to learn English is the main
Well,
purpose.
you're doing very well. Did you hear him talking?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Do you know Jack, who came in, and I'll land real quick because Juan was gracious to sit. He's coming out.
Yeah, he's on his way to work.
Jack, who we met, who was the cabbie, Danny was an atheist, and he said to Jack, "You're an atheist," and Jack says, "No, I believe in a creator. I just don't." And so I told Jack, "Well, you're what's called a deist."
Theist.
A deist.
You know
Yeah, theist or deist. And
Same
so I
in
said they
Spanish.
believe
It's the
in
same
they
in
believe in God, but in a general way and not in any particular religion. So that was interesting. But thank you, Juan. Say goodbye to all our
Thank
friends.
you for stopping. I know. I hope we didn't make you late.
God bless you,
Oh,
Juan.
all right.
Same to you. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yes, very interesting. From Mexico, running
I'm
in here.
introducing you to all the interesting people that come in.
I'll leave it on, and that way, if Danny
We
has
met
a
here,
word,
right? We met here.
Yes, here, of course, right in my office.
His office.
Yes.
Danny calls this as
Take care.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you, Juan. That was interesting because
Wasn't
he's
that an
from.
experience?
Danny calls this his office
Yeah.
because he does sort of actually like I had my office in the car for the week.
There you go.
Everything he keeps organized here.
And I also make money from here.
And he
I
has
did
little-
$300,000 worth of business from here
No.
one day. Oh, yes.
How? Oh, with the house.
that John sold.
Oh, yes, yes.
I started it here with Abe
Do you know who I want
in my
to?
office.
Do you know who I want to interview? I met Abe. Abe is Abe is a Jewish man. I told Abe's story last year.
Yes.
I still remember his wife
He's
Regina.
100 years old.
Abe is 100 years old. He was I remember this. He was a partisan, meaning during the war he fought.
I have something else to tell you about Abe. He has one son, two daughters. The son's adopted. The son knows a lot of people in show business,
Ooh.
oddly enough. And they're going to do a documentary. It's going to be on Channel 13 of Abe's life story.
Abe is so interesting. He's 100 years old.
That's the
Came
latest.
to
I
this
just read that
country. He owns
2 weeks ago.
he owns the property of the Burger King that we're in right now. And I talked to Abe last year, and I don't know if I got him on video, but he's so interesting.
Yeah.
And he studied for the Jewish university in I forget where it was, Poland or somewhere, but he said that he did a few years.
Oh, I see.
Yes, he did a few years when I had the discussion with him last year.
He's from Poland,
So
and he was on the farm in Poland.
yes, yes, and I think he said it was one of the universities.
And today he's worth hundreds of millions.
Yes,
of dollars.
and that's no joke. Abe owns most of the real estate in this whole.
In this area, North Bergen, Fairview, and as you go up, there's a big house in Englewood Cliffs.
I want to. Hopefully, I think he was here the other day, but it was my first day in. But I might have Abe talk a little bit and say hi.
Oh, yeah,
because
and he
he's
loves to
such
talk.
he's such an interesting
Well,
person.
they're going to do a documentary on
And
his
they're going
life.
to do a documentary on Abe. What's his last name, Danny? In case they want. Tiber. Okay. Maybe some of you friends will see that on PBS, which is
I
Channel
hear.
13. Okay, that was just quick. I'm hoping to catch Nick today. I want him to play a little bit of the guitar, and so that was just a little interaction. God bless everybody.